Yes, can you separate these two? First, let's start with your scorecard, the Jubilee performance, and then you give us whether you can separate these two.
Why don't I finish with the scorecard? Because okay. I'm able to explain my scorecard. You know, to have a scorecard, you must have a marking scheme, and so you know, because my colleagues have given their scorecard, maybe they. But I wanted to find out from Bonnie Halwale, what does the writing behind your T-shirt mean? Your shirt mean? I'm saying Shindi Shund. What does that mean?
you mean you're able to see through me?
Yes, I can see through you. Well, I'm saying behind you some interesting writing there. Is it a threat to peace? Because I'm saying Shindi Shindi.
It's the name of my grandson.
Oh, is it a gift you got from your grandson?
My grandson is a small boy of 1 year old. Yes.
So you're celebrating him?
Yes.
Oh, are you cheering yourself on in the upcoming battle for governorship of Kakamega? It sounds like
a rallying call.
Like a rallying call, as Trevor says, that you know you will win.
If you come to Kakamega, Shindu is a big thing.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Now, anyway, Trevor.
Yes.
On the issue of corruption, I think I have been consistent on this, and I still maintain my position on the issue of corruption. That one, I agree. I believe that corruption is one of the major issues that this country must address itself to properly and entirely, such that we can have the aspirations we intend to have as a country, and short of that, we will always fail. We have to. But I'm also consistent on one thing, that I do not think that political leaders, politicians, are the best people in this country to lead the fight against corruption. Because they can't. They cannot. Because majority of our political leaders fall short of the glory when it comes to the question of corruption. And so we shouldn't. Secondly, you know, one of the biggest problems we have had in the fight against corruption in this country is the misapplication and misuse on the fight against corruption, depending on what is convenient at the time when you're talking about corruption. And no one can claim not to be a victim either way, Trevor, because we must tell the truth. Such that even next time when whoever forms the next government, when they make up their minds that they're going to fight corruption in this country, they know whom to give the leeway and the tools and the authority to fight corruption. If you ask political leaders here, everybody has been a victim. I have been. Ask Boss Shale here. She has been. When she was in judiciary, she was being, and it was unfortunate. You heard now, they're talking about Pandora's box, Pandora Papers, same thing. I mean, it's a story that is spun at the time when you want to aim your barrel at particular people. And this muddies the water on the fight against corruption. Remember, I've been on record here as having said, Trevor, the time when we have had a lot of discussion that the deputy president has issues of corruption and blah. And I said, if they are there, get them, put them on the table and take them to a court of law. And then they can be, because that is the way you address corruption. Remember last week, we talked about the leaks that were here on Justice Chitembwa. The leaks by a former governor, Nairobi. And I said the same thing, Trevor. The best thing that the former governor would have done is made a report to the police, have those investigated, and then you can have conclusion. And so when we question about KEMSA, when we question about all the other scandals, what we are saying is that the same game that is played everywhere all the time around the clock, such that when you want to either sink somebody's political career, when you want to be depending on your convenience, then you can apply that battle or that word. It is only an honest, sincere fight against corruption in this country that will rid us of that particular menace. And there's no other way. Otherwise, as long as it continues to be a political tool, a tool of convenience, then we will never get anywhere with it. And we have to state facts, because it is our people who suffer. Kenyans will suffer. If you hear now what the example that was being given yesterday about the Kenya Meat Commission, because I have been to Athi River myself before, and you find people used to come there, give the animals for slaughter, and then they camp around the lodgings and hotels in Athi River for a week or 2 or 3, waiting to see how they're going to get their fare back home and go and wait for their payments from Northeastern, where they came to supply their cattle. And this money is being eaten here. I mean, who doesn't know the kind of trouble Kenyans have gone through at every level because our money is stolen? You know, and